is. I brought props. Hold on one sec. So we all know these guys. I wish I had that much applause as they did. But hello, my name is Jonathan Rockefeller, and I run a company called Rockefeller Productions, and we specialize in doing Broadway quality family shows, which might seem like a bit of a tautology, perhaps. But I have a great affinity to Paddington Bear, and I'm going to tell you my story. So Paddington Bear, just like me, arrives in a foreign place with cute accent, with suitcase, tag around his neck, please look after this bear. And like all new arrivals to New York, I wanted to put on a big show. So I booked a theater, got all the people together, the production team, the crew, our advertising people, and I'm going to reenact how the first meeting went a little, okay? So everyone's in this room, we're all looking at me going, so what's this show we're going to put on? I'm like, well, you know, it's a very famous book. Oh, you mean like Harry Potter? Yeah, it's a little bit like that. How many people in the cast? 4. Well, that's pretty good. And 75 puppets. You mean like sock puppets? Little tiny ones? No. I mean like big puppets. Ones that if I'm sitting in the back row, that I'm getting the same experiences down the front. I want to make sure that it is value for money, that it's accessible for everybody. Well, that sounds expensive. Well, yes, it probably is. And the advertising agency sitting in the corner pipes up, so who is this show for? 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds. 2-year-olds normally like cardboard backdrops, confetti, bubbles, twinkly music. You've got them all satisfied. Well, I don't subscribe to that theory. Well, how long do you expect this show to go for? Well, you know, there's a lot of kids in New York, maybe 6 months. So flash forward 6 years later, what began as a 4-week season turned into 14 months, with that one production turning into 14 concurrent productions, playing in 20 countries around the world to 3 million children. But I have to ask us in this equation, how do we measure the value of a show? Is it the size of the theater that it's playing in? Is it the reviews it's getting? Is it the cost of the tickets? Is it the stars that are in it? Because I've got to tell you, if you're under 10, none of that matters. So why do we measure all our shows by this way? Children's theater productions don't even have awards in their city. Let me repeat that. In the beating heart of this Mecca, we don't have awards for family or children's shows. And so are they overlooked? Are they consequently, are they lesser than? Where these productions happen is also beyond Broadway, and there's an enormous value in this. We are taking these quality productions out, not just regionally, we all understand a good tour, but I'm talking about places that tours don't even go. I'm talking about Wodonga, Mooroopna, Slough, Mansfield, San Angelo, Galveston. We believe that people deserve Broadway outside of Broadway, that it's only the few lucky that can afford to come to New York City to experience that. And let me tell you this, just like the Very Hungry Caterpillar, there are millions of children out there who are very, very hungry for high-quality theater experiences. And it's not just theater makers that underestimate the audience. Parents underestimate their children all the time too. My little Johnny can't sit through that. He's got the attention of a tinsy fly. He needs his iPhone. Which sometimes also translates to, I don't want to sit through a children's show, by the way. But let me tell you what actually transpires. After the bows, what they experience is what we all want. This communal experience of engaging with someone, getting to see theater for the very, very first time. And they find that, oh my God, they actually enjoyed it themselves. That it wasn't written just for the kids. That it was funny. That it was engaging. That the production qualities are good. And that the loud child who has the attention of a tinsy fly managed to sit through it and smiled and enjoyed the entire time. So do not underestimate children. As Winnie the Pooh says, they are stronger than they seem and they are smarter than you think. And we genuinely believe that. What children can absorb is the same as what we can absorb. The music, the theatrical setting, the qualities of it, and they have this, and they take that back into their own lives to have that capacity to play. And if you're lucky like me, you get to take that forward for the next 30 years. So this is the future generation of children, of audiences that I'm talking about. This is the audiences that in the next generation are going to buy tickets for every other show. So why don't we care more about it? Winnie the Pooh is a story about a boy growing up who doesn't let go of his imagination. I've never let go of mine. I'm still a 5-year-old who is genuinely excited to bring characters to life. And I believe that children deserve as good theater, if not better theater, than adults, especially if you want them for life. And I look around this room, and I'll tell you why I believe that. Because I can see an 8-year-old who saw The Lion King, and I can see a 4-year-old who saw Peter Pan, and I can see a 5-year-old who saw Cats. I'm really sorry. If you would like to be reminded about why we do what we do this. Do yourself a favor. Go buy a ticket to Winnie the Pooh, sit down in the audience, be surrounded by all the kids of all the different ages, millennials, grandparents on date night, mums who have conveniently left their children behind, I'm not even kidding, and you will experience what it is like to have unadulterated joy once again. So I encourage you and implore you, go outside and rediscover your inner child. Thank you.